Council. First thing I'd like to say is, this is me speaking. I wasn't approached by anybody. I'm not representing anybody. I'm speaking as police chief of this community over the past 12 years, having worked for several city managers. I'm also speaking to you because, and I'm encouraged by a little bit of what I've heard, the intent to eliminate the general service fee, the $500,000, and I heard questions in the budget process on negotiating our budgets with the city manager. I need to tell you that he's the best city manager I've worked for. We did negotiate budgets. He told us, submit your budgets and justify them. And we went through our budgets. And if we could justify it, it stayed. Even then, there were times he said, the money's not there, you've got to cut. On the proposal made for the reduction to meet the budget, where the police department reduced hours of coverage, that did not come out of his office. That came out of my office. My direction was, this is what the council's talking about. You need to provide them with options. It's not my decision to make policy. It's to, if you tell me what to do, I have to tell you what I can do with it. And that's where that came from. Not from him saying, cut an officer because the public won't stand for that. When you cut the general service fee, $500,000, and I've been through the budget, you need to understand that there is no place in this city that's untouched. I sat down and tried to do it. I eliminated the library. Of course, when you eliminate the library, you lose $170,000 in revenue, so that cuts that in half. By the time you're done with that $500,000, there is no way to avoid cutting significantly into law enforcement and next year into the fire department. If you have specific direction you want to give us on programs you don't want, we're more than willing to listen. You tell us, we'll go there. But you know, the city manager made it pretty clear when he said, you know, we're a mile wide and an inch deep. We're at the point where even small cuts cannot be made without big results, and we end up losing positions. It seems like you're overreacting. You say cut $20,000 and we give you a $100,000 cut. The reason is there is no fat. There is no fat. It's all lean. And it isn't just in the police department. Every department is lean and we depend on each other. We work our butts off to try and give this city the best we can for the best dollar. I don't have a problem with you saying the general service fee should go away, but why the rush? Do it over a period of time where we can look, evaluate what service you want, and if you don't want to fund it that way, allow us a different way. I give you the example. We're the only police department in Western Washington County not funded by a levy. But you can't do that tomorrow. It takes time. So please, for our benefit as people that serve our community, give us a chance to continue to provide that service. I'm going to talk a little bit about morale. From the very beginning, many in the city have felt that their jobs were in jeopardy. I have to say this way. It appears you do not trust your city staff or believe us as a council. That's the message we've gotten. What I would ask is that if you don't believe what we're telling you, please go outside, have somebody, legal counsel or somebody fiscally responsible, look at our budget. And if there are things we're not doing, please tell us. If it's your intent to eliminate Dave Waffle's employment as city manager, I ask that you reconsider it for several reasons. First, the financial, and it's been brought up. This will add an additional fiscal burden on top of where we're at already. If you're going to fill that position, the money is already expended, so that's an additional expense. somebody's gonna have to cut something out of another department. It also appears you wish to eliminate the Director of Development of Operations as well as other unnamed city positions. Assuming I'm not one of those positions, and that I'm the only department head left to fill as an acting city manager, because I can be in that position and in fact fill that when Dave is out of town, I need to be upfront with you about what I would be doing in that position. Number one, I'm unwilling to give up my designation as a police officer. That's personal, it affects my retirement. So I would have to do both. Second, if you eliminate the Director of Development and Operations and or the City Recorder position, I will not accept nor step into the acting City Manager position. And the reason for that is I do not believe that I'm qualified in those areas of land use, building regulations, election law, meeting law, and those other areas whose responsibilities are covered by those jobs in order to keep both myself and the city free from civil liability. While I believe I can manage any organization, I need the appropriate support and the personnel to do it. If we cut those positions, I see the city becoming crippled. I also will not terminate any city employee without cause as a department head and or acting city manager. For us to do so would just expose myself and the city to financial liability. So again, if it's your intent to terminate Dave Waffle as city manager and place me as acting city manager, you need to be aware I'd probably not do the job any differently than he is doing and not as well as he does. So the big picture is retain Dave Waffle and you'll save money and get a much more competent